My name is Mark Bruce and I'm one of the business development managers for Cardiff Sixth Form College, which is now part of Duke's Education. The reason that Cardiff has been so successful is the consistency of teaching that has been. I first joined Cardiff not far off 20 years ago, and some of the teachers that were there when I joined are still there today. So it just goes to show the consistency in terms of performance. So today is just looking at the academic achievements of Cardiff and how consistent that has been over the years. We have two campuses, obviously the original campus in Cardiff, and we have the Cambridge campus that joined a part of the group about 2 years ago. So this just goes to show the consistency. We have been top of the league rankings for a number of years. Last year, 94.1%, ranked number one in the UK in the Times. And the next slide will show you the consistency over the years in terms of performance. And it's about making sure that every student that comes to Cardiff not only achieves fantastic grades, but also has options at the end of that to go on to high-ranking universities. So this was last year. This is Cambridge College, 38% A star to A. So this is a very interesting slide, and it shows the consistency that Cardiff has. This is from 2016 to 2025. In that period, we've had 403 students go through to medicine. And so it just goes to show that the students that come will have the best preparation for whatever they want to be in terms of their university courses. Right the way across, all high-ranking programs in the UK. So it shows the level of consistency that can be achieved at Cardiff. And these were from last year, 25 students to UCL, 4 to London School of Economics, LSE. We had 22 students that went to Hong Kong universities, HKU, CU, HK, which in terms of admission is probably harder than med schools in the UK. 8 into Oxbridge and 14 into Imperial. So last year, 50 students got into medicine, 18 into economics, finance and management, 15 into natural sciences, 27 engineering and architecture, 12 into maths, 5 into veterinary science and dentistry, and 7 into law. So we've started a 18-month A-level program at Cambridge. Cambridge only does A-levels, whereas Cardiff does GCSEs and A-levels. And a sort of slightly condensed number of subjects due to the nature of the course. What we did, the 18-month program is the first year is quite intense. So we've actually added on an extra month at the end of the term for students to be able to properly catch up. But from affordability point of view, it's slightly cheaper because it's condensed in the first year. But it gives students an option. In the first year, they will work in their own group. And then when they go into the second year, to year 13, then they will go into the sort of standard classes across the group. But it gives students, an opportunity to do something slightly more affordable, with the parents joining in January. But it's quite a fast-paced course. In terms of entry requirements, still the same as the standard course, but obviously level of English is quite important for the sort of condensed program. With Cardiff, we're always looking for students that of a particular quality, and obviously they have to have the academic attributes to be able to do well. They need to be motivated, hardworking, but there are a number of factors that will go into making a sort of unique students that will do well at university. Academic success is just one part of it. Super curriculum in terms of university preparation and making sure that all the boxes are ticked with their application. In terms of sort of career skills, they will have careers advice from an early point of their entry at Cardiff, to making sure that everything is aligned in terms of their A-levels, their work experience, to make sure that it's all leading to their university preparation. Obviously, extracurricular plays a huge part at the college. We have a number of talented sports people, musicians, and it's important that if a student has a particular skill, whether it be piano or violin, that they carry on with those pursuits outside of the classroom. It gives them an opportunity to unwind from their academics, but also it's just important that universities are not looking for robots. They want well-rounded students, and if they have particular attributes outside of the classroom, we encourage all students to be able to carry on with that. And obviously, culturally, we have students from all over the world, and it creates a very unique mix in terms of how they support each other, how they feed off each other, and the attributes from one part of the world will add to a student from, say, Korea or this part of the world, and vice versa. Some of the attributes that students have from this region will support students from the UK and other sort of European countries. So it creates a very unique dynamic. In terms of the curriculum, it's very sort of fine-tuned to make sure that students are developing skills that will take them beyond Cardiff and beyond university into sort of the workplace. So, effective communications, leadership, teamwork, all the skills that will give them attributes that will set them in a good stead. We're preparing students for life. Lots of the courses, the academic courses they do, will help them, particularly at university, but life beyond that as well. So it's very much preparing students for all the life skills that they will need. The Cardiff campus is quite unique, but so is Cambridge. They've developed a program called the Cambridge Edge. Obviously, being in the sort of world famous location it is, we have support from the universities there. They will send in some of their lecturers that will work with the students, and it's quite unique. I mean, some of the questions that are asked at interview for Cambridge can sort of throw a lot of students in terms of how diverse they are. And a lot of the professors will talk about that side of the application and what it takes to give the perfect answer at interview. There's also lots of talks in terms of STEM and other leading Cambridge University sort of mentoring programs that will support the students in different areas. We had a student from Cambridge last year that made a reactor from Europe, and he worked closely not only with the tutors at the Cardiff campus, but also with the university in terms of developing that system. So there's lots of liaison between the university and the campus to give students an edge and give something somewhat slightly different outside of the classroom as well. And these are some of the lectures that they've had this year. Quite diverse, quite different, and there are some a few sort of very interesting topics. Can you blow up the sun? What do we do about plastic? So not just environmental issues, but also some topics that will make students think and perhaps think a bit more laterally. So it's quite diverse, and it's really there to engage the students and get them thinking in different directions. As I said, careers is always a focus from early on when they start. So looking at what types of work experience they need for the university course they're looking to do, the process of applying to university and helping them with that. Obviously, admissions tests, they will get the support they need to make sure that they will be proficient in terms of the entrance test exams for that. And also, mock interview practice. We have teams that will come in, particularly for things like medicine. So they do like a sort of a round table where they do short, sharp interviews with different people looking at different questions. So lots of support in terms of ticking boxes, making sure that their application is going to be a strong one. We have a lot of alumni that come in from the previous year, not only to support them with their university preparation, but also to discuss what it's like to study at Oxbridge or the different universities that they're currently studying. As I mentioned earlier, we now have a sort of year 10, year 11 GCSE program and what we call a 4-year pathway to getting to university. It is quite unique in terms of Cardiff is very different from a lot of schools in the UK in terms of the academic program and how we approach learning. And so students that come at that early age will get used to that system prior going through to A-level and looking at the different subjects that are going to be important to them, making sure that they have a really balanced program, so up to 15 subjects. And they will do also some of the career support in GCSE years, which is quite unusual prior to going through to A-levels. I mentioned earlier on about the sort of the cultural connections. We have a number of nationalities at the college. We do have the cultural event where students perform, a lot of them in terms of their native country, some of the dances and different routines that will showcase their particular country. It is a unique environment, and it's bringing together the West and the East and in between to make sure that everyone mixes. We have the event that's held at the Millennium Centre, which is a really good event for the students to take part in. As well as being one of the leading schools in the UK academically, we are also an award-winning pastoral school as well. So we've won a number of awards for how we work with students in terms of their well-being, making sure that they have the best support outside of the classroom to make sure that they can produce their best work in the classroom, and having that balance and that environment that students are going to be well cared for. They're going to enjoy the experience of being at Cardiff. So a lot of support and a lot of awards which demonstrates how great an environment it is. So currently we have 45 nationalities at the school. And so it is quite a unique blend. I think there probably will be a couple more next year, particularly from Africa. So, nationalities represented is growing year on year. This is the sort of accommodation. We are moving to a new campus in September, purpose-built. All the A-level rooms are ensuite single rooms. The GCSE rooms are 2 to a room ensuite. I was there 2 weeks ago. It is a fantastic campus. So if you take the accommodation, it's 17 floors. If you're lucky enough to be an A-level student, in one of the top floors you have a fantastic view of Cardiff Bay. And even from, I went down to the GCSE rooms, even they've got a fantastic view as well. It's a great location. The actual tuition buildings are two quite famous buildings in Cardiff Bay. So there's everything you could want in there, assembly rooms, fantastic state-of-the-art labs, etc. A great library. So it will be a fantastic arena for students to really push on with their education. And Cardiff is a great place to be. I think you know, for parents who are considering an academic school, you know, parents seem to be lost by the idea how far it is from London. You can get to London about an hour and 45 minutes on the train. It is a huge city steeped in sort of academics. The university has been there for a considerable time, so it is a very much a sort of university city. Cardiff new campus on the bay, you know, will add to that as well. You know, there's lots to see and do. It's a fantastic part of the world, and we would love to see some more students from Korea coming to the school. Currently, I think we have 5 students, and we would certainly love to encourage more students to come. And that's our goal, to be the best academic school in the world. We think we're very close to being there. You know, we always strive hard to help every student achieve and be the best version of themselves they can possibly be.